Hey guys, it's Goosebumps Completionist. I have something that needs to be said, and it's about the toxicity going on in the fandom right now in Goosebumps. Ever since Friday, when the new show dropped, people are coming after each other, being so hostile and angry on both sides. You have people who are fans of traditional Goosebumps, the anthology formula, coming after fans of the new show, saying that they're not real fans, which is wrong. And then on the other side, you have gaslighters that are fans of the new show coming after older fans, saying that they just don't like the show, and they're coming out with, guns blazing, telling them that anything from the new show is better than the books and the old show that they love, and that they're old heads for not liking something new. Both sides are very in the wrong. And I'm tired of seeing it, right? I'm just going to say this up front. If you care so deeply about what other people have to say, if you care so deeply about that, you're the problem. If you can't be mature and go on a public forum and see people just respectfully sharing opinions, and you can't resist the urge to not go attack people for said opinions, you shouldn't have the internet, and you should not be considering typing anything or saying anything to people because you lack the maturity. And I'm going to start off here with the gatekeepers, the old heads, as they're being called. I get it. As somebody who I'll be upfront with y'all. To the gatekeepers, to the gaslighters, to every respectable person watching this video. I grew up a fan of the books, the old TV show, and those were pretty much the two things I loved, right? Goosebumps is an anthology series in the books. It always has been, and it probably always will be. I loved it because it was an anthology outlet. I loved it because every book was different. I like that you had different stories that brought out different characters, different types of characters, different walks of life, different settings, and even different types of monsters and villains. That's what sold me on. I've been a lifelong anthology fan. Here, I'll hold up a Creepshow DVD. I've been a lifelong Creepshow fan. The subgenre has been something I've been massively interested in ever since I became a fan of Goosebumps as a young child. I get that people are upset that Sony and Disney decided to roll with a CW teen drama format for Goosebumps. But you all gotta realize something here. The heyday of Goosebumps is over. It's not the 90s anymore. There's not 3 or 4 books releasing a month. The fandom is nowhere near as big. And if there are still adult fans out there, most of which are not like me or some YouTubers on here who actively collect, actively read these books still as an adult, and actively still pursue the kids' horror genre in some medium because we just love the subgenre and want to spread awareness about it. Most casual people, they'll think back on their nostalgia of it, and that's pretty much how they remember it. So when they come to something new, they expect that. I think it's wrong that people went into this not understanding what this was. Even I had to come to grips with this, and I'll let you know something very personal. When the news dropped that this was not going to be an anthology show, I was going to both of my grandparents' funerals. I was in a very dark place, and getting a TV show news, even though it wasn't the anthology formula that I wanted to see done, was still good, and I tried to keep an open mind and optimism about it, all the way up through the trailers. I tried to be optimistic, even though I did not like some of the choices I saw in the trailers or the clips. And then once the show arrived, I still tried to be optimistic. And I just was not sold on those first 2 episodes whatsoever. I hated them deeply. I liked episode 3. I quite enjoyed episode 4. Easily my favorite of this first 5 episode drop. I would actually defend episode 4, which is Go Eat Worms. I would defend the Coup Clock of Doom episode. The 5th one, which I think is like Reader Beware, that one was okay. But it's not all bad, right? And a lot of people on the gatekeeping side just want to viciously attack this new show and the fans of it. You just need to calm down, y'all. It's not all bad to me. If you want to attack me, go ahead. This is my public forum. Don't come after my commenters. Don't come after fans that come on my comment section to say, hey, I love this. Because you want to know something from me? I like that they like it. I think it's healthy for them to like it. Even though I'm not a fan of it and I'm struggling to try to find some support for it, I'm still keeping an open mind, trying to make it through this season, even though mentally I'm already on strike 2. And if you don't know what happens when I hit strike 3, I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist, but I'm still going to let fans love it if they love it. I'm not going to come in and attack people for liking something. Now, if people come attack me and I have to defend why I like something more, then that's the case. But that is the wrong move to be doing, y'all. Y'all gatekeeping all these new casual fans, all these new younger generations that can come in and become fans of the books. That's more important to me. Even though this TV show, of course, is nothing like the books, if we're all being honest with ourselves. If it's a more mature take, if you want to claim that it's darker too, fine by me. It's all your opinion. It's all subjective. The greatest thing that can come out of this, and I think y'all need to realize this, is that this TV show could be the jumping off point for them to find the books. And I know that's what we all love. You know, a lot of us older fans. So the gatekeeping just needs to calm down and stop, period. It is nonsense. And if I see people coming after people who like the show, I'm just going to start coming after you if you're doing it. All right? It's not cool. On the inverse side, the gaslighters of the new show. Look, I get it. It's brand new. It has nice, shiny velour to it. Some people might feel very passionately about this show. Some people might really be riding on the success of this show to keep the franchise alive. That's understandable. I am too. I'm kind of with you. But you got to realize that you coming after fans who just simply say as an opinion, not attacking anybody. They're not attacking anyone. They say, I just don't like the show because it doesn't feel like the Goosebumps I know. And you go and comment saying, oh, well, you're just an old brain. This show was better than anything from the books or the former TV show. You are being toxic. You are the problem. You need to calm down. Same thing. Same thing applies with the gatekeepers. You're no different. You're bullying people. You're trying to make yourself come off cooler. Stop it. And the one thing that I think a bunch of these new fans or fans of the new show need to realize is that Goosebumps is an anthology series. So if you think that fans of the old are the problem because they like anthology and they're upset that this is an anthology show and they're not giving it a chance, why do you care? You should understand that. You should understand at least on the foundational element of that. Oh, they're anthology fans. They just don't care for this type of storytelling. It's fine. One is a short-term or short-form storytelling with anthology. You get self-contained stories in one piece. This new show is long-form storytelling. It's 50-minute episodes. A lot of people don't feel like sitting through that. A lot of people don't feel like sitting through the type of story it's trying to be. It's trying to be a more mature teen melodrama, long serialized, slow burn type of show. Just because that is what it is doesn't make it that you have to force it upon older fans. That is the wrong thing to expect. And if you do expect that, then I don't know what to tell you. You're kind of delusional. Second point to gaslighters. When you have Sony for the past 8 years constantly separating Goosebumps further and further from what the books and the original IP was, you have to understand that there are fans out there who still want that old. That does not make it that they're trapped in nostalgia. That makes it because this is what they grew to love and they want more of it. If you can't accept that they just want more of what they already know and love, then you're part of the problem too. You have to accept people's opinions, right? Whether you disagree or agree, there's a level of respect that you should be given, right? As a Goosebumps fan, as somebody with followers, I do not expect people to come and take my word as merit. And by all means, I do not want to be labeled that. I do not want to be considered an influencer, but since I do have a social following, I feel like I do. Might sometimes influence people's opinions. And if you're one of those people, the impressionable few that take my word as gold, I don't want you to use my opinions. I want you to use your own. And I don't want you to care about what I think. I care about what you care about, how you think. Right? You tell me that you like something because of this, you like the new show, I'm glad for you. I'm not mad at you for liking it. There's people out there trying to boycott this new show because people like it. That's ridiculous. I just don't get why this behavior is going on from both sides. I really don't. It's childish, it's immature, and let's face it, there's not one right answer here. So to close, to the gaslighters, it's not the fact that majority of fans who are against this new show or not supporting it don't want to accept the new show in order to keep the franchise alive. It's just the fact that majority of fans just are disconnected from it because it just doesn't feel like what they loved beforehand. And that's not a problem. It really isn't. And if you still want to think that that's the problem, get your thumb out your ass. Second thing, for the gatekeepers, you coming in, bashing people for liking this new show, trying to tell them that they're fake fans. What's wrong with you, man? What is wrong with you? Imagine being told what you can like in your own fandom. You wouldn't like that. Let people like what they like. If you don't support it, just don't watch it. Why do you care about what people say? If people want to give some positivity to the show, let them do it. It's their opinion. As long as they're not coming after people for not liking it or saying that they just don't like it, whatever. Stop trying to be gatekeepers. That's all I have to say. See you next time.